Big news that every American needs to know about right now. Something really bad just happened with money between America and China. In just 1 week, America lost more than $50 billion. That's like losing a huge pile of money that could buy millions of houses. China fought back against America in a way nobody expected, and it's hurting regular families like yours. This isn't just boring numbers on paper. Real families are losing their jobs. Prices at stores are going up. Money that your parents saved for when they're older is disappearing. In the next few minutes, I'm going to explain exactly what happened, who's getting hurt, and why things might get even worse. The big question is, how did we let this happen? Let me tell you the story of what just went down. In 2025, President Trump's team decided to make Chinese products way more expensive. By October, if something cost $100 from China, America added $47.50 extra on top. That's almost half the price added as a punishment. And guess what? They did this to everything coming from China. But wait, it gets crazier. In April, Trump added even more taxes. Now Chinese products had an extra $104 added for every $100 of stuff. That's more than doubling the price. China got really mad and did the same thing back to us. They added $84 in taxes for every $100 of American products. The stock market, that's where people keep their money invested, completely crashed. On October 10th, people lost tons of money in just one day. Billions of dollars just vanished like magic, but the bad kind of magic. Here's what makes this different from other fights between countries. This isn't just about farmers selling corn or factories making steel. China got really smart about how to hurt America back. On March 4th, China put big taxes on $21 billion worth of American farm products. American farmers who grow food suddenly couldn't sell anything to China anymore. Let me tell you about the Johnson family in Iowa. They've been growing soybeans, a type of bean, for 3 generations. That means grandpa, dad, and now the son. Last year, they sold 40% of their beans to China. This year, zero. Nothing. "We have tons of beans sitting here that nobody will buy," Mark Johnson said. "The taxes made our beans too expensive overnight." It's not just farmers hurting. Big companies like Gap, the clothing store, Target, and many tech companies all lost a lot of money. Why? Because they make their products in China or sell stuff to Chinese people. When the taxes went up, their businesses got crushed. Here's the scary part. Experts say these taxes mean every American family has to pay $1,100 more this year. Next year, it goes up to $1,400. That's money coming right out of your parents' wallets. So how do these taxes, called tariffs, actually work? And why are they hurting us so bad? Think of it like this. When an American company wants to buy $100 worth of toys from China, they now have to pay $125 because of the tariff. That extra $25 goes to the government. But here's the trick. China doesn't pay that $25. The American company does. Now that company has 3 choices. Keep prices the same and make less money, which means they might fire workers. Make you pay more when you buy the toy. Try to find the toy somewhere else, which takes years. Usually, they do all 3, and none of them are good for regular people. Smart people who study money did research and found out these tariffs are making America's economy grow 0.5% slower. That might sound small, but it means we're losing hundreds of billions of dollars. We're all getting poorer because of this. Check out this crazy fact. From January to April 2025, America's average tariff went from 2.5% to 27%. That's the highest it's been in over 100 years, since before the Great Depression. And we all know the Great Depression was really, really bad. Here's why this is such a disaster. American businesses spent decades building ways to make products cheaply using Chinese factories. You can't just move all that overnight. It takes years and costs billions of dollars. While they're figuring it out, everything gets more expensive for you and me. On the other side, American farmers and companies that sell stuff to China are getting destroyed. China put huge taxes on American products, so nobody in China wants to buy from us anymore. We're too expensive now. Think about it like two neighbors who own stores. They get mad at each other and ban each other's customers from coming in. Both stores lose money. Both stores have to fire workers. And all the customers in the neighborhood have to pay higher prices because there's less competition. Nobody wins. Scientists at Harvard and a big bank called Goldman Sachs found out that regular American shoppers are paying for more than half of these tariffs. Prices at stores have gone up by 0.7% just because of tariffs since March. When America puts tariffs on imports, about 14–20% of those costs show up in the prices you pay at stores within 6 months. We've seen this happen before. In 1930, America did almost the exact same thing with tariffs. Other countries got mad and put tariffs on us. World trade crashed by 65%, and it made the Great Depression way worse and last way longer. President Trump says these tariffs will bring factory jobs back to America and fix our money problems with China. But after 10 months, the facts tell a different story. Factory jobs are actually going down. Prices are going up. And instead of buying from China, we're just buying from Vietnam and Mexico instead. So we didn't really fix anything. Let's talk about who's really paying for this trade war, because it's not what you've been told. Remember that $1,100 extra every family has to pay. That's not fake. Families are seeing it when they buy groceries, electronics, and furniture. A newspaper talked to tons of Americans who said prices have gone way up on everything, from clothes to stuff for your house. Empty shelves and crazy high prices everywhere. A family in Michigan said they're spending $200 more every month just because of price increases on regular everyday stuff. A lot of these products have Chinese parts, even if they're put together somewhere else. The Federal Reserve, that's like the bank that controls all banks, confirmed that tariffs make things cost more, and a big chunk of that cost goes straight to regular people like us. When you walk into Target or Walmart, you're paying Trump's tariffs at the cash register. Here's a sad story that shows how bad this is. Sandra Martinez owns a small furniture business in North Carolina. She buys parts and fabrics from China because American suppliers either don't exist or cost 3 times as much. The tariffs made her costs go up 30% almost instantly. She had two bad choices: raise prices and lose customers, or keep prices the same and lose money. She tried doing both halfway, raised prices 15% and ate the rest of the cost herself. Within 3 months, her sales dropped 40%. Now she's thinking about closing the business her dad started 30 years ago. Think about Sandra's story happening to thousands and thousands of small businesses all across America. That's the real human cost of this policy. Big companies aren't safe either. A business magazine looked at which companies got hurt the most. Stores, clothing companies, and car companies all got hit hard in April. Gap's stock crashed. Target lost a lot of money. Western Digital, a tech company, got crushed because they make stuff in China. Tech companies have been hurt really bad. Many of them make their products or parts in China. Apple, even though it doesn't only use China, saw its costs go way up. Smaller tech companies that don't have Apple's money got destroyed. Here's something really important that nobody's talking about enough. While America and China are fighting, China has been busy making friends. Beijing recently announced zero tariffs for 53 countries. Guess who's not on that list? America. China is building new trade friendships and making themselves look like the good guys, while America looks mean and unreliable to the rest of the world. American farmers who used to sell to China are watching helplessly as farmers from Brazil and Australia take their place. Those business relationships built over decades won't just come back, even if tariffs go away someday. The damage spreads to weird places you wouldn't expect. The housing market is getting hurt too. Experts say Trump's tariffs could mean 450,000 fewer new homes get built by 2030. Why? Because tariffs on wood, appliances, and building materials make it too expensive to build houses. Bank experts think that if tariffs stay this high, people will spend 1.2% less money over the next year. That means stores close, restaurants shut down, and people lose their jobs, all because families have less money to spend after paying higher prices. The question isn't if Americans are being hurt. The question is how much worse it's going to get before somebody gives up. Smart money experts have been warning us for months, and they were right. A big research group called the Peterson Institute said Trump's tariff plan is economically reckless. That means it's a really bad idea with money. They found that tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China alone cost regular American families hundreds of extra dollars every year. Their research shows future tariffs will multiply these costs. We'll also see less new inventions, companies won't compete as well, and people's paychecks will grow slower. Here's what experts keep saying. The main idea behind this policy, that China pays for the tariffs, is completely false. American companies pay the tariffs, and American shoppers pay the final cost. It's basic economics, but the policy keeps going anyway. Here's what really worries experts about what happens next. The Federal Reserve is stuck in an impossible situation. Tariffs make prices go up, that's called inflation. Normally, the Fed would raise interest rates to fight inflation, but tariffs also slow down the economy. Raising rates when the economy is already slowing down could cause a recession. That's when lots of people lose jobs and money. It's the same trap that destroyed the economy in the 1970s. Politicians have interesting reactions. The White House says the pain we're feeling now will lead to good things later. Factories will come back to America and we'll get better deals. But many Republicans in Congress, especially from farm states, are quietly really worried. Some have asked for tariff relief, but they don't want to publicly disagree with Trump. Democrats have attacked the policy as a massive tax on working families. But they're confused because some Democrats also like being tough on China in certain ways. What regular people think is changing fast. At first, Americans supported being tough on China. But now when they see higher prices and people losing jobs in their own towns, they don't like it anymore. In the next 30 to 90 days, we'll probably see the stock market keep going crazy, more companies announcing changes, and maybe China getting even more aggressive back at us. China has been really patient and smart. They're thinking long-term while American policy bounces back and forth. In the next 6 to 12 months, if tariffs stay this high, expect to see the economy grow slower, prices keep going up, and possibly the recession that experts have been warning about. Company reports will show the damage, and we'll see more stories like Sandra's furniture business, American dreams crushed by decisions made far away. But here's what really concerns experts. Once you destroy trade relationships and the systems companies use to make products, rebuilding them takes years or even decades. The damage happening right now might be permanent. Let's recap the three most important things you need to understand. First, American shoppers and businesses are paying for these tariffs through higher prices and lost sales, not China. Second, the economic damage is real, measurable, and getting worse. $50 billion disappeared from the stock market in just 1 week, and hundreds of thousands of jobs are at risk. Third, China's smart response is isolating America while building new trade friendships with other countries that will last long after this trade war ends. If you want to stay informed about stories the mainstream media won't fully explain, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next video. Here's what keeps me up at night. We're not just losing money in this trade war. We're losing something way more valuable: America's reputation as the world's most reliable partner for business. And once that reputation is gone, no tariff policy in the world will bring it back. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.